Hey, Twisters, and welcome, hockey fans. So, we're live tonight for a tilt between the Dallas Stars and the Vancouver Canucks. Dallas is 3-0-0, and they are just one of two teams who have not lost in any way, shape, or form. So, we're going to see if they can make it 4-0-0 against the Vancouver Canucks, their home crowd, too, by the way. The Canucks, in the meanwhile, they are 1-2-0. They're coming off a 5-2 loss, I believe, to the St. Louis Blues. So a little bit of a hiccup early on for Vancouver, but I think that they're going to have a good chance to bounce back tonight, even though they're playing one of the big dogs in the Western Conference. So welcome, everybody. Hope you're enjoying this early start to the season so far. I am myself, because it's great talking with you wonderful people out there. And I know another person or another being who's enjoying the start of the season, and that's my dog, Cortana. Cortana, you want to come over here and say hi? Here she comes, everybody. All right, everybody, say hi to Cortana. Good girl, good girl. Hey, what's up, Dean? How you doing, man? Good evening to you. And yeah, we'll be checking out the action once the puck drops in about, 10 or 12 minutes. Cortana, you're fine, girl. Goofball. Now she's going to be begging me for treats. But of course, Cortana gets treats when there is a goal and when there's a super chat. And occasionally I feel bad for her if there's no action really going on in the game. So I might toss her one as well. But yeah, you guys let me know what you're thinking for the score here. I don't know. I want to show some optimism for the Canucks. I was, of course, coming off a live stream with our very good friend of the channel, Clay Emo and Canuck Clay. Ethan, what's going on, man? Good evening. So I want Vancouver to come out and put up a good fight tonight. But of course, we still have to rep the home team. I have one of my Dallas jerseys here, but this is what I'm really wearing. I've got my Pantera shirt from the tour that they've been on in recent years, and I got to actually see them in what was that, outside of Portland back in August. Dallas in a shutout 3-0. I like what you did there. That's clever. You know what else is clever? Being properly lubricated for a stream. So we're going to be cracking open. What is this? Who's the brewer here? I don't know, but I like look at the art here. Dean with the $5 right out the gate. $5 for the doggo. That's not going to be one treat. That's going to be multiple treats. So thank you, sir. Let's give a treat to Cortana. Come over here, girl. There we go. All right, here's one. Here's two. And we'll do one more for the 3 wins that the Dallas Stars have to start the season. And, ooh, look at that. Whoop. Here you go, girl. That's a good girl. All right. Thank you, Dean. Excuse me, girl. We got some other action, of course, tonight. And for Dean and for our other members, we're going to be live on Saturday for a watch-a-thon when my Sharks take on our friend Mike Thompson's Vancouver Canucks. Anyway, we're rocking the some Marzen or Mertzen. Ethan with the Buckaroo. Thank you, sir. Let's give another one to Cortana. Here we go. Oh, good girl. What a good girl. Yeah, lots of treats for you, girl. Yes. Anyway, yes, we'll be doing a member stream on Saturday for Sharks versus Penguins in a battle in the Gavin McKenna Bowl, if you will. Although at least the Penguins have a win. My Sharks don't. But anyway, let me know what your thoughts are for this game. And again, we'll be watching the puck drop within about 10 minutes. So yeah, in the meantime, I'm going to be cracking open this Marzen style or Mertzen. And this is from a brewery. Where is this from? Missoula, Montana. So a little bit less than 3 hours by car for me. And I am gladly welcoming beers like this because I am a darker beer fan. It's not super dark, but of course, this time of year, as it gets colder, you got to have something a little bit darker, not just IPAs. Dennis, what's going on? Thank you for hopping in here, and good luck to the Devils against the Panthers. Excuse me. shout out to our guy Jaws. I think he's streaming right now over at Flying Fluffy Hockey. And so, yeah, it's a commercial break right now. They'll probably do, I would think, anthems after this. And of course, we got lots of other action happening tonight in the NHL. Thursdays are usually pretty full schedules, so I can actually kind of just give you a quick rundown of what's happening in the league right now. As I mentioned, Dallas is just one of two teams that has not lost in any way, shape, or form. The other team is the Carolina Hurricanes. They are facing the Anaheim Ducks tonight in a late game in Anaheim. But for what we have happening right now, Maple Leafs have a 1-0 lead on the New York Rangers, who've had a little bit of trouble consistently finding the back of the net. Predators and Canadiens are scoreless almost halfway through that game. The Senators, after getting absolutely stomped by the Buffalo Sabres, congratulations to the Sabres for their first win. That game was, I think, 8-3. Well, they have a 2-1 lead on Seattle, who's already racked up a couple of victories themselves. Panthers have a 1-0 lead over the New Jersey Devils after one. We also have the Winnipeg Jets with a 1-0 lead after one against the Philadelphia Flyers. Avalanche and Blue Jackets are about to get underway. Islanders with a 1-0 lead over the Oilers late in the first period. We also have Bruins and Golden Knights. Bruins off to a nice start. 3-1 is their record. Golden Knights haven't lost in regulation yet. Hurricanes and Ducks, as I mentioned earlier. And we've got the Penguins and Kings in one of the late games tonight. I can't believe the Wings beat the Panthers, even with Florida's injuries. Hey, I said in my season predictions, I think the Red Wings are actually going to be a wild card team this year. They did really well under Todd McClellan. They rattled off a couple of victories against the Toronto Maple Leafs. They've got John Gibson in the net now. They have a good amount of firepower, and I think that defensively they're going to take a step forward as a team. Not be dominant at that end of the ice per se, but I still have optimism with that good mix of veterans, young players who are coming into their own as well. It's going to be a good year for Detroit. I don't think they're going to be anything more than just a wild card, but in that Atlantic Division, that still means you're a damn good team, I think. So yeah, how about this? How about you guys let me know who's going to score the first goal tonight? Now, I'm going to go off the board a little bit here. I think it's going to be a 3-1 Vancouver Canucks victory. I know that Dallas is coming in hot. I know that the Stars are the ones who can really score it well, but I think Vancouver's going to wake up in this game. Adam Foote, I think he's going to get his team rising to the occasion here. So I'm going to say, you know what? The first name that I saw on my roster here is Jake DeBrusk, unless he's injured or something. I'm going to say Jake DeBrusk gets the first tally tonight for Vancouver. And my score prediction is going to be 3-1 Canucks. However, I've been working on this today. I don't expect to master this completely, but I'll show you what I mean. Well, I figured that we could do something we haven't done on Twisted Wrister Hockey, and that is actually play the Dallas Stars goal song if and when they score. So I was working on it today. Actually, we're about to drop the puck here. That's great. And I'm not perfect with it, but hopefully I can master it someday so that in the playoffs, if I'm doing a stream, I can perform it strongly. So anyway, confidently would be nice. All right, so we are underway from, what is that, American Airlines Arena in downtown Dallas. So Sam Steele, I think in the last game he was on the top line, and yeah, he's out there with Hintz and also with Mikko Rantanen, who has a share of the team lead in points right now. There's a shot from Lindell. Canucks can't quite get the clear. Here's Rantanen into the slot. He had a wide open Hintz. But Arope is going to circle the net. And Dallas trying to cycle down low. Steele a little late getting there. Ooh, he takes a bit of a high hit there. And there are some players who I'm actually not very familiar with. There's a guy whose last name is, what is that? Ritzkovian? Ritzkovian? Yeah, it's like a Croatian name or something like that. A couple of names that I'm not as familiar with, like looking at Dallas's fourth line. or excuse me, Vancouver's fourth line. Dallas's fourth line has Fox and Bastion. Fox, of course, spending last year with the St. Louis Blues, but returning to Dallas for a chance to compete for the Cup. And the Stars had just gotten a clear here, but there's a turnover in the neutral zone. Here comes Vancouver the other way. DeBrusk shoots, and off of Lindell. Play goes on, but the puck caroms out of the zone. Hey, what's up, hockey from home? Couple of tough losses for the Maple Leafs, huh? But the Capitals are off to a pretty good start. And a little bit of a pad save there from, is that Demko playing tonight or Lankinen? I would think it'd be Demko. Canucks, and almost a goal there from, looked like, was that Lindell jumping into the play? Foxa, excuse me. He's going to strip somebody in the neutral zone, and a bobbling puck, and Thomas Harley's going to regroup from behind his net. Sorry, I missed the segment with Clay. Oh, hey, you're all good. No worries. It's Demko tonight. Thanks for confirming that. Yeah, Canucks are, I think they have a back-to-back. I think they're playing, I want to say, in Chicago tomorrow. But yeah, they're on a 5-game road trip. And Dallas forcing a turnover. Now shot in the slot, and a good save by Demko. That came off of, Adam Ernie. I didn't know he was still in the NHL. I haven't heard Adam Ernie's name in forever. I remember him with Tampa. I think he might have won a Stanley Cup with them, and then he played for Detroit. But yeah, Dallas is definitely buzzing early on. Maverick Bork, that's another player who's got some strong upside for the Stars tomorrow versus the Hawks. You know, Chicago, they're scoring some goals. They had 8 of their own last night, and Bedard wasn't even part of that. So yeah, they're looking a little bit more plucky. But then again, I mean, we've seen Chicago start strongly, and then then they fall back down to earth. All right, Besser's going to skate this out. Canucks get it behind the net. Hintz. Battle in the neutral zone here. Canucks coming up with it. Here comes DeBrusk gaining the zone. Or was that Di Giuseppe? Or is it Di Giuseppe? I forget. Anyway, a couple guys banged up for Vancouver. I know that Bluger has missed time. Hoaglander, P.O. Joseph, I think. Yeah, Sabres had 8 last night. That's good for them. I'm sure that they had some sort of like team meeting or, bit of a come to Jesus moment for them, because things have been tough going for the Buffalo Sabres early on. And that's kind of how it's been for a while, where they start. I know that they, of course, haven't gotten in the playoffs the last 14 years, but we've seen them have these terrible starts to the season. But good for them for rebounding last night and taking it to the Ottawa Senators. First 3 minutes gone by here in the first period. How's everybody feeling about their favorite team so far? Like, if you were to grade your team through the first 3 or 4 games, what would you give them, right? Being a Sharks fan, it would probably be, I don't want to just give them an F, but blowing those leads is not going to help their case, and they looked lifeless against the Hurricanes recently after the first period. First period, they looked okay, too. PG-13 Hockey Man says a B for their team. That's the... Is that the Predators? I'm just looking at the colors. You're going to have to remind me again. I apologize. Wild. Okay, so PG-13 Hockey Man is a Wild fan. And by the way, hey, I got all the notifications for all the goal horns that you're uploading. So one day I might take a look at maybe ranking some NHL goal horns or maybe some AHL goal horns. But keep it up. A+ for the Capitals, B for the Toronto Maple Leafs, A for the Golden Knights. Yeah, I'm really liking what you're doing there for the goal horns. Clump Sauce, been a long time. Arguably without their best player too, call it a wash. Good start for the Red Wings so far, and I like your profile pic. Do I like? Oh, that's a great question. Yeah, you all let me know your thoughts about this as well. Do I like the new Utah Mammoth mascot? I'd say overall, yes. I wish that it was bulkier. And the Stars just score a goal here. It was Maverick Bork sending it in, and Pedersen. It might have gone off of him and deflected into the net. But the Stars are getting the early lead here as they've mostly dominated puck possession. And Pantera blasts through the speakers of American Airlines Arena. But yeah, that 100th jersey for the Red Wings looks pretty schmexy. So is that going to be Bork's goal? Let's take a look here. So yeah, it ramped off of Pedersen's stick, kind of down low, and it went in. So that's going to be Maverick Bork's goal. And the Stars looking pretty strong early on. Some teams are using multiple songs. Yeah, that is difficult, right? Anaheim is the first video in the playlist. Right on. But yeah, to come back to Blitz Kitty, I do like Tusky. I do wish that he had a little bit more build on him, though. Right? I am a little old school in that, I like my mascots a little chunky, right? But hey, if you got somebody like Nash out there, that's a cat, right? It's a saber-toothed cat. Tusky's a mammoth. He's supposed to be broad, right? So I wish that there was more to him. Let's just say that. They should have called him Wooly Bully. That would have been a good name, right? Stars had the best goal song. It's not close. I didn't even play the goal song. I could. I don't know. I was trying to play it today for the first time, but I'll show you kind of what it's like. There we go. We'll roll with that. EMGs? No, these are Schecter. Because I didn't even know. Like, I'm not a guitar gearhead, but Schecter actually started as a pickups company. I didn't know that. Go Mariners! Yes, let's go M's. We've got lots of Mariners fans where I live. I'm not really following things so much, but hey, I want some new blood. And come on, Brewers, do something. I play electric. Thank you. Yeah. Do you play? I also play acoustic. I had we're gonna go to our first commercial break, by the way. But yeah, I went 5 years without an electric because when I first moved here, I had sold a couple of my guitars, and yeah, I was just playing metal songs on an acoustic guitar, and so I wanted it to get back to it, and actually, I was surprised that I wasn't as bad as I thought I was. Rip Ace. Oh, wait, what? Wait, when did? Oh my God, Ace Frehley died? Oh man. Oh, rest in peace, man. God, that's sad. Might have to play a couple Kiss riffs in his honor. Man, that's sad. Check out Mudge. What's Mudge? Mudge. Night. Hofer played like absolute booty. Hofer's still pretty young, right? But I mean, that's got to be a very rare blip in the radar. Yeah, he's still only 25. That's still fairly young as a goaltender. Ace inspired you to get into guitar in 8th grade. Wow. I have a Fender Tornado from Korea. Can't say I really know any Korean bands. I normally don't get mentioned in videos, so thanks. Oh, hey, my pleasure. My pleasure. I try to get to everybody here, and there isn't too much of everybody, so it's easy enough. Yeah, I hear you, Tony. Saw Kiss and Skid Row, and he shredded for sure. I never got to see Ace Frehley. And a chance at the side there for Robertson. Good save by Demko. Uh, I saw Kiss. What was that? Like 16 years ago, at a mid state fair in California. It was funny because that my mom of all people said, "Hey, feel free to say no to this, but would you ever want to go see Kiss?" And I said, "Yeah, absolutely." Not to mention my cousin on my dad's side. I don't know if he's still playing in Kissteria, but he was or is the drummer in a Kiss cover band in on the East Coast. You want to see Metallica, kind of? I heard that recently they had to. I don't know what song it was, but they had to stop playing a certain good part of a song because they just can't play it anymore. Because you know, a lot of the music is pretty fast paced, at least from the '80s, and those guys are in their 60s now. Will Gene give Ace a coffin for free? Yeah, it's never for free. Why does everyone hate Gene? Uh, oh, he just thinks he's above everybody. My mom actually saw him at a mall in my hometown. Better not be Master of Puppets, but it might be that guitar solo. I mean, I hope it's not either. I haven't seen Metallica since I was in college. It's been a long time. But I got to see them 2 times. I saw Kiss that one time. Never saw Skid Row. Skid Row is that's Blackie Lawless's band, right? Pretty solid. Is that Skid Row or is that Wasp? I think that's Wasp. I'm sorry. I kind of get some of those hair bands confused, mixed up. Here's a chance for the Canucks, though. They're going to throw one to the net. And I think Ottinger just really paddled the hell out of that one. He almost iced it himself. Sebastian Bach killed it live. A Wasp, yeah. Okay. Got it. So Sebastian Bach is Skid Row. Okay. The most toxic bandmates are Liam and Noel Gallagher. I never really tried getting into Oasis. You would say that Ace and Peter's abuse of drugs and alcohol use selfishly endangered the integrity of the Kiss band or Kiss brand. Yeah, Dallas is out shooting Vancouver 8-1, by the way. So here comes Quinn Hughes off to Evander Kane, a Vancouver native. And Bichelle, excuse, I don't know how you say it exactly, but Bichelle, I think that's how Hockey Reference has his name pronounced. Another promising young defenseman for the Stars is out there on the ice. Of course, Thomas Harley is still fairly young. I think Haskinen's now 26. So we're talking about his prime years. Pup is a good band to listen to. Yeah, I can't say I've heard of it. Sorry, I turned into musical story time. No, I mean, hey, what am I gonna do? Just comment, do play-by-play the whole time? Some people might like that, but I mean, my core audience here, they just want to chat while hockey's happening. I listen to rap, and a lot of rappers die of drug overdoses. Yeah. It just seems like the older you get, the more of your heroes or the more of, band, artists that you grew up listening to pass way too early. Check the DMs. All right. Give it a shot. Bum-bum. 9 minutes gone by here in the first period. All right, so Sakuna, who are some of your favorite rappers of all time? Doesn't have to be individual rappers. It could be a group too. Like for me, it's I don't know if they're my favorite, but I love Dilated Peoples. All right, you got to go, Victoria, or Hockey from Home. Catch you later. And now Vancouver threatening here. Linus Carlson, longtime or a Sharks draft pick all the way from 2018. He's getting out there. Favorite Ace Kiss song? Probably Detroit Rock City. I don't know the deep cuts by any means. I just know the singles. All right, cool. Well, have a good night, and we'll see you for another one. I mean, maybe it's just a generational thing. I'm not sure. I could never get into Kendrick, honestly. Have I given him a fair shake? No, but I mean, I've got plenty of older material that I like to listen to from other artists. Next stream is well, I've been kind of trying to do one per week, so I'll announce it on the channel when I get around to, or when I actually get around to scheduling it. But Thursday is a good night to stream. Monday is actually a good day to stream too, but we'll see. Canucks is the only Canadian team you would actually root for. Just trying to think of, I think probably the last time I really got into a Canadian team was when the Maple Leafs had Patrick Marleau. But generally speaking, I'd really like to see a Canadian team win it. Get somebody who hasn't won in quite some time. I mean, none of those teams have won in 32 years plus. Calgary Flames fans will say that they won 21 years ago, but that's a different tale. Cool. The only reason I'll be happy if the Stars win the Cup is for Jake Ottinger. Oh, Minnesota native Jake Ottinger. They used to have Ryan Suter. Well, you know that, right? Well, Suter's from Minnesota, isn't he? Well, I know he just played in Minnesota forever. Oilers are in your finals predictions. Not sure if it'll be correct. I mean, I've kind of undersold them. I just like the roster makeup of a team like the Stars more, even though the Stars have lost the last couple times. And oh my goodness, Johnston driving hard to the net. Wisconsin. Oh yeah, the Suter's from Wisconsin. That's right. All right, here's Robertson now down low with Johnston wide open. Passing to the slot. There's Lindell at the dot, a shot, and Demko's there for the save. You got a rematch? Yeah. I mean, I think it's fair to if Barkov is healthy, if we can see that far into the future and Barkov is there on the roster, yeah, I would pick the Panthers to get back to the final. Until then, though, maybe I'm wishfully thinking at this point, but I'd like to see a different team. Not that I don't admire what the Panthers have done. Preds winning in Montreal, and Kraken and Senators are tied. Kraken are off to a decent start. That's good for them. Preds winning in Montreal. By the way, the Lane Hudson deal. What a steal for Kent Hughes. You want some variety. Yeah. I mean, shoot, we've had now Florida teams have been in the final 6 years in a row. That's crazy. Like, imagine in baseball, right? Imagine in baseball if it was the Yankees and Mets in the final for 6 years in a row. Then again, the Yankees basically did that back in the 90s and the aughts. Or like in California, right? Let's say it was the Dodgers and the Angels, or the Dodgers and Giants. Or Padres. Poor Padres. Wild have to get through the West in order to have a chance. Wild, you know how it is, right? You gotta win a series. But Booyam's off to an awesome start, I hear. All right. The Dodgers are always in the NLCS. Yeah, they are. I mean, shoot. They might as well just get a spot there every year, Want the Blue Jays to win the World Series. I don't care what y'all say. I'm going for the Mariners, but anybody but LA. Exactly, Dennis. That's true, Sakuna. Very true. I don't need to. I wouldn't say that I'm forgetting, because football, man. Central's the hardest division, hands down. Even more than the Atlantic, you'd say. Then again, I mean, Chicago and even Nashville have been better. Kind of puck hog and selfish. I'm just trying to think. Well, Faber can generate offense, right? Because as you know, teams don't do very well when they have multiple offensive defensemen. Albeit, I'm curious to see how the Canadiens fare now that they have Dobson. So we hit a commercial break here. Still 1-0 Dallas. Favors a defensive. I mean, he does put up some points though, doesn't he? But I mean, hey, that's not necessarily him like intentionally. I don't want to say intentionally driving play. No, that's true. Yeah, I figured his points were probably what they were a couple of years ago, but yeah. Now I see what you mean. Just looking at oh my goodness. I'm just looking at Brock Faber. In 5-on-5, goalies had a .939 save percentage when he was on the ice. On ice save percentage doesn't mean everything, but I do like that statistic. That's how I kind of identified Slavin a number of years ago. Marc-Andre Fleury wouldn't count. Who would be the first Wild player in the Hall of Fame? Oh, that's true. Yeah, for the majority of their career. I mean, you would probably think Cortana, you're fine, girl. You would think probably. Is there anybody before Kaprizov as like a Hall of Famer? Not Marian Gaborik, as good of a career as he had. He was robbed at the Calder. Is that when Bedard won it? I mean, I understand that. Yeah, sure, Bedard was doing that on a bad team, but all right, down to about 6 minutes left here in the first period. Yeah, Vancouver's actually punching back decently. Here's Hughes. That's a laser of a pass. Not a good pass from Pedersen, though. Bengals play the Steelers. Steelers are looking pretty good, actually. Koivu's Hall very good. Yeah, Gabrik's Hall very good. Brodeen and Spurgeon had really good careers. Shoot, Devin Dubnyk had a number of really good years for them too. Can't remember if he was a Vezina finalist. I think maybe 1 year he was there. Top line out there for the Stars right now. Yeah, nice strip. Who was that? It's a really good play. That was Heedle on that play. Trevor, what's going on, man? I hope everyone in the chat's doing well. Seems like it, good sir. Congrats to the Hurricanes for beating my Sharks decisively and without Jacob Slavin. What's his name? Bussy looked pretty good in net. And hope you guys can find a way to stay unbeaten tonight. Favorite player from every team? All time. Okay, I've never done that, actually. Favorite player from every team all time. I'm going to screenshot that. There we go. I appreciate the suggestion. Dubnyk was finalist in 2015. That sounds right. I immediately think of the infamous Hasek flip. That was against Gaborik. I didn't know that. Watching baseball and playoffs and hockey stuff at the same time. So yeah, what are the scores right now? Let's see here. Oh god dang, Dodgers are up 3-1. Lame. Can we give baseball teams a handicap like you have in golf? So it's like the Dodgers start games down 4 runs like they should be. Gaborik had 5 goals in 1 game. Yeah, not too many players can say that during that era, especially too. Dodgers are probably going to sweep. I mean, it's when you're down 3-0 in a series like that, with the games being as close as they've been. I really haven't been watching. I just look at the scores, and it's low scoring. I mean, that's so deflating. I would think maybe a salary cap. Salary cap, sure, have a ceiling and also have a salary floor, right? I think that would be the preferred solution. Your dad likes the Dodgers. Ay, ay, ay. I like the Astros. That's fine with me. Oh, the World Series several years probably wasn't all too fun for the two of you in that moment. It's M's time, Mariners. Better be, man. Cal Raleigh is quite the spectacle. Entire family, but your uncle are Braves fans. I would think so. That doesn't surprise me. The whole South is mostly Braves fans, right? I hear that banging. Is that in the game, or is that just my guitar making noise, or like my ring banging against the guitar? I don't know. Trayvon, what's up, man? Hey, welcome back. Coming from the city of Dallas. Too poor right now to actually go to the games. I'm sure ticket prices probably have gone up in the last couple of years. It's a joke about the Astros. Got it. All right. Well, I hope you do have a chance to go at some point because things have been really exciting for the Stars. Hanging on here, 1-0 still. We're going to go to the final commercial break of the period, by the way. Let's take a look. Do we have any updated scores here? Cortana, you're okay. Predators, by the way, are up 1-0 on the Canadiens on a goal from Steven Stamkos. That's his first of the year. Maple Leafs holding on 1-0 against the Rangers. Matthew Knies, his second of the year. He's become a really fun player to watch. I like him. Kind of a good compliment to like a Nylander type. Jets have extended their lead against the Flyers. That's now 2-0. Mark Scheifele, his fourth of the year, and the first of the year for Vladislav Nemesnikov. Oilers have drawn even with the Islanders on a goal from Leon Draisaitl. That's number 3 of the year, power play goal. All right, we'll get back to the action in just a moment here. Is there any Sharks player to have their number retired? So Patrick Marleau had his number retired 2 years ago, and then Joe Thornton had his number retired last year. Are there any plans to retire another player's number? Not that I know of. I mean, a couple of guys that come to mind potentially would be like Owen Nolan, Yevgeny Nabokov, Brent Burns, Joe Pavelski. But I don't know. I could see maybe Pavelski being the next guy to get his number retired. Or who knows? Maybe the Sharks are going to really wait until all is said and done with the future being teal. They'll wait until that's run its course. Well, at least the Canucks are starting to get a couple shots to the net here. Bring back the Portland Pilots. Do I think the Ducks actually make the playoffs? Hey, that was if you saw my season predictions, I did actually predict them to finish third in that division, which is a little nutty, I understand, but I had to do something. I had to make a hot take. That was like my hottest take. Because otherwise, I'd probably put them in fourth in that division. I think they're going to be a good team. What's going on, Robbie? Hello, good evening. Rob. If I could design a Sharks Stanley Cup ring, what would it look like? A lot of aquamarine. Screw the diamonds. Make it aquamarine, right? Because that's the closest thing to teal. Put like actual shark's tooth in there, like a megalodon tooth. Do something freaking banging like that. Good question. See, we might not have the biggest audience, but we have a very engaging audience with the best questions imaginable. Here's a shot. Demko getting the blocker save on that. Stars on the power play, by the way, just in case you didn't know. ESPN did a bit with Ottinger and how he got thrown under the bus. Yeah, well, that was my thing. I'm like, hey, you put a new face behind the bench there. Same group. They sure probably still feel very confident about their chances. I mean, like, I wanted to like DeBoer. He did a good job with the Sharks. I think he was let go prematurely, but yeah, I mean, seeing him do that now kind of twice in the postseason, that's definitely going to raise some red flags. Chilling in your tent and watching this awesome team. Are you out camping or something? That's pretty fun. I wouldn't have the stones to camp right now, though. It's been pretty cold where I am. I believe it, along with the Devils in the final. Huh? Yeah, I mean, I just wish. Oh, here, Stars score another goal there. That's from Rantanen. It is now 2-0. That's a power play goal. God, I miss Sam Rosen. It's a power play goal. All right, let's see here. We're gonna have to pull out the goal song here. 2-0 on the power play goal. Here, your girlfriend kicked you out. Oh, well, you can seek refuge here. We're not ones to judge. Mascot video too many times, really? I almost need to do an updated one now that we have Tusky. Or maybe do an AHL one. That's 2-0 Stars. What song is that? That's the Dallas Stars goal song, Puck Off. What's my tuning? Well, I'm on a 7-string, but I put a capo on the 2nd fret, so I'm in C sharp tuning standard. Play a hockey song, JK, it's ever played. Oh, the hockey song? No. I don't know that one. All right, we're gonna go to. Is that intermission? I believe so. Yeah. So that is the end of the first period. Dallas starts very strongly and finishes very, very strongly. Goals from Bork and Rantanen. And this team has a 2-0 lead at first intermission. Oh wait, we didn't give Cortana goal treats. We got to do that, right? Here, let's give Cortana a treat. Squire Telecasters. I do like those. Those are pretty. Don't know how to play yet, right? Sharks might be the potential team in the entire NHL history. I mean, bro, they got to learn how to freaking defend. It's been rough. It's been rough. All right, here we go. Here, let's give Cortana a couple treats. Oh, here you go, girl. Oh, yeah. There you go. Come here. Good girl. All right, how about another one, kiddo? Oh, sorry. I dropped that one. Here we go. Treat. Come here. Atta girl. Any picks on who will be the last team to go undefeated? Well, I thought that Vancouver was going to bring it tonight, and Carolina would have been the last one. I used to play drums a little. So did my dad. A keyboard guy. That's cool. I mean, the first instrument I learned how to play, I mean, like a lot of people do, right? Or when they're kids. I learned how to play a little piano, but that was when I was like 7. I was decent at it, and I had a keyboard for a while there. I'd like to have another one at some point, though. When I went to your first Ducks, oh, you're a Ducks fan, okay. I saw. Wait, why can't I? Is my network cutting out again? It will not let me click people's messages. Well, anyway, Blitz Kitty. By the way, Blitz Kid. That's a fun horror punk band if anybody is into that sort of thing. Miserable Sabres fan. Hey, how miserable are we feeling though now that we can actually score some goals? Congratulations. When you went to your first Ducks game, you saw a Wild Wing fly down the rafters. That's super cool. That must have been probably back in the 90s, the way that you're describing it, because mascots did some pretty insane stuff back then, Sharky included. I saw Sharky when I was like 7 or 8 years old. He tobogganed down the stairs. Like immediately eats shit and just goes rolling down the stairs, and then still has the chutzpah to get up on the glass. I don't know how. Sharky used to stand on the glass. It was amazing. Gets everybody amped up. Piano, organ, and synthesizer. I would learn how to play synthesizer just so I could play the Final Countdown. It was actually 2024. Okay, well, shoot. I'm glad to hear that Wild Wing is still pretty wild. Nine Inch Nails? No. Prince. Game. Blouses. I'm not miserable, but I hope we can build the confidence. We play a tough Florida Panthers next. Best of luck. Yeah, man. I don't know what it's going to take for the Sabres, honestly. They need a seismic change, but maybe it's just a bit of a hiccup to start the year. We'll be praying to the hockey gods for Buffalo, not just for hockey, but definitely also for football. A team that's lost 4 Super Bowls, whether it's AFC or NFC, definitely needs to actually win one for a change. How long until Dahlin and Thompson won out? I've never heard anything about them being miserable there per se. That's not to say like, hey, if you're losing every year, it's not like you're thinking, hey, I love playing for this team or for this organization. But yeah, I haven't heard of anything like that. Buffalo's playoff spot been missing for a while now. Might want to close out that case. Not like the owner doesn't pay attention. Okay, the Buffalo Sabres in trouble. Well, I mean, if you could make a change, what would you do? Would that be would it be ownership? Would it be management? Or would you just write it out a little bit more and see if anything turns around? I want to see Thompson go somewhere else. Or Tage Thompson, yeah. Now when I see Thompson, the first Thompson I think of, because Logan Thompson's off to a really nice run there in Washington. Okposo. Oh shoot, he was on the Cup team last year, right? Lots of games going on. What's up, Micro? How you doing? Yeah, let's see. Let's take a look at some updated scores here. Avalanche have a 3-1 lead over the Blue Jackets. Goals from Nichushkin, Nelson, and Cale Makar. Jets are up 3-1. Morgan Barron has 3 goals for the Jets already. Who'd have thunk? Oilers have gained the lead over the Islanders. That's a 2-1 game. Kraken and Senators tied at 2-2. Okposo was 24 Panthers. Okay, thanks for clarifying that. You want Adams gone? I mean, shoot, I don't know who the president of the organization is, but you might even need to make that sort of change. I don't know when the last time they had some sort of change there was. Gary, how you doing? Oilers won't win a cup until they have a good goalie. Like, yeah, I mean, I'm a believer in that as well. I won't bet in their favor until they actually address that. Although I hope Connor Ingram can, kind of make his way back to where he was a couple years ago. And then Okposo retired. That makes sense because, yeah, he was probably in his mid-30s. Skinner's not the guy. You know what Skinner is playing pretty well is Jeff Skinner. Hey, now for the Sharks, Jeff Skinner looks pretty good so far. Skinning the Cub hopes alive. Cats, penguins. Oh wait, you have all these pets, or these are the critters that are in your vicinity. I have elk where I am. Got some big mofo's out there. Omega, what's going on? Wait, shoot, did you guys get the win last night? I forget. NHL.com/mammoth. All right, let's see here. Yeah, you won against Calgary. All right. Hey, we're squaring off against each other tomorrow night. Good luck to you, and I hope that you're enjoying Tusky. Jake, what's going on, man? Good evening to you. I hope you didn't sit through the entire Sharks game because there was nothing to watch after the first period. That was pretty awful. Mason, how you doing? Buonasera. Thank you for jumping in here. Mason, who's your team? Oh, I did, unfortunately. Yeah, that was ugly. Dickinson, his first period was okay. I mean, just like the rest of the team, but then like things got really rough for him. I thought to myself, I'm like, Dickinson probably logged over 20 minutes because I kept seeing him. No, he had like 12 minutes and he was on the ice for like 4 goals against or something. But anyway, hey, that's just his second game. I'm willing to be patient with him. The Wild have the best power play in the league. Is Booyum putting up some points on that? Let's take a look here. Who has the power play points lead for the Minnesota Wild? Yeah, Booyum's got 4 power play assists and a power play goal. Wow. All of his points are at the man advantage. He is a -6 already, though.
But Minnesota, you come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, but I mean, I'll drop a buonasera every now and then. Capisco un po' Italiano. No, there's no way the Wild have the best power play. I mean, they got weapons, man. It's not just Kaprizov. Tarasenko's got 4 power play assists. Kaprizov has, what is that? 4 power play goals and 3 power play assists. Kaprizov already has 7 power play points. That's pretty nuts. Going to Anaheim in a week? Right on. Hey, I think the Ducks are going to be a good team, man. And I'm glad the Ducks are getting back to being competitive. You know, being from California, even if I'm a Sharks fan, I got to see that, right? Not going to start judging Dickinson yet. Smith had a slow start. Yeah, that's fair. That's very fair. But yeah, the Sharks defense altogether, not good. Tarasenko come back to the Blues. It's kind of weird seeing Tarasenko in a Wild jersey, I got to say. Stats don't lie. You can't score 5-on-5. Fatality. What a crazy game for the Blackhawks yesterday. I didn't see it. All I know is that you put up 8 goals and Connor Bedard didn't have a single one of them. So that does mean something good, I would think. Oh, you were at the Sharks and Ducks game? Wait. Oh, at the game you went to. Excuse me. That makes sense now. Yeah, like I said, Anaheim is finally back on track. It's been too long. Dang it. Let's see here. I've only seen the first Godfather. Haven't seen part 2. I saw part 2 a long time ago. I remember it being like fine, but it just, I don't know. Maybe I was too young to really like savor the scenes because there wasn't like as much action per se or drama as there was in the first one. The first one has a little bit more intensity, I think. Some people like the second. Actually, a lot of people like the second one more. Why did the Rangers trade Kreider? Wasn't producing for his contract. I don't know. Panthers were in Detroit yesterday. Now they're playing the Devils. So from Detroit to, wait a second, are the Panthers at home for that game or are they in New Jersey? That's not a terrible commute, but still not great. The Rangers are dumb. Yeah, Rangers haven't looked so great ever since they won that President's Trophy. Midnight Solar. Hey, welcome back. If we lost this game, is it panic time in Columbus? I don't know. How are the Jackets doing so far? They are 1-2. And how have they done in terms of the actual scores of their games? No. I mean, you're losing against a high-powered Colorado offense. Too early to panic, I would think. Leafs, Kings, and the Stanley Cup. That'd be crazy, man. Shoot, those guys played each other in 1993. That was the Kerry Fraser incident, if I'm unless I'm mistaken. Off to work. Have a great night. All right, man. Have a great night. I mean, it's work, but hopefully it goes by quickly for you. Let's start with that. Still in first intermission, by the way. Trayvon says we need more college hockey. Yeah, I've never really tried following college. My family goes to SMU in Dallas, and we have a hockey team, but almost nobody knows about it. Are they now? Is that Division One? I've only been to. I went to a University of Minnesota game when I was in town. That's it. But yeah, I don't really follow college so much. Anybody following Penn State? I know that of course McKenna's on that team. I just want something to see. A playoff Jackets game would be good. Playoff Jackets game would be fantastic. When was the last time they were in? Like 2021, I want to say. But yeah. I just thought that maybe last year they were a little bit ahead of schedule. It was an emotional season for them. College hockey is pretty hard to watch. You're a U of M fan. Barely watch the games. Yeah, I've never really sat down and tried to watch too much. I saw when Minnesota blew it against Quinnipiac, though. Detroit's going to be a good team. Yeah, see, micro right here. You know what's up, right? Even though I'm disappointed they beat the Leafs twice, but they're beating the Panthers. They could be good. Yeah, but after beating the Panthers. Yeah, I said it in my season predictions. That is one of my wildcard teams. They look good. They looked good under Todd McClellan, and they got pretty much everybody back, and they added Gibson, and Gibson's actually healthy for a change. That's pretty damn good. Coyotes need to go back to Arizona. Last time we were in the playoffs was 2020. So that was when I think they beat the Leafs in like 5 games, right? And then they lost to Tampa after beating them the year before. Man, I wish that must have sucked when Panarin and Bobrovsky left. I can't imagine when you have that happen in an off season, just both of them at the same time, because they were awesome over there. Chiefs make it to another Super Bowl. I'm going to crash out. I didn't even watch the last Super Bowl. How is the college hockey scene in Canada? That's true. I mean, I think that's a great question. If anybody can shed some light on that, that'd be fantastic to know. I think that it's something that doesn't really get any media over here because, if anything, we're watching the kids in junior instead, even though they're younger than college hockey players, most of them. And those players in the junior program end up getting drafted. But yeah, there is college hockey in Canada. But yeah, I don't think I've ever really heard about any. Yeah, I don't think that people ever really talk about that here. Yeah, I bet Midnight Solar. I bet, man. I think it's college hockey in Canada isn't the same as in America. NCAA is better than the CHL. Although, I mean, players in the CHL can now actually play college. Black Phone 2. Has anybody seen the first one? I'm not a big horror film fan, but I would actually like to see the first one. Who wants to go to a Lehigh Valley Phantoms game? I want to go see the Hershey Bears. Got to see that teddy bear toss once in my lifetime. I did see it with my local team here, but that place is a freaking fun house for that game. Wanted to see Sean Monahan and Johnny play together on Columbus. That's right, yeah. Josh Naylorbaum is that a player for the Brewers? I hope it's a player for the Brewers. All right, so now we're underway with the second period. So I'm going to update my little tag here. Second early. So Dallas, of course, was holding on to that 1-0 lead. Vancouver was punching back decently, and then Dallas got a power play, and Mikko Rantanen made it a multi-score deficit for the Canucks. Emperor King, what's up, man? Good evening to you. That's a Mariner. Oh, okay, Mariner, got it. Metro Bread. I always love going to Chocolate Tent Hershey for the games, especially for the Hershey Park Pass nights. I actually have been to Hershey Park when I was like 6 years old. I don't remember it. I remember going on like a couple water rides. Sakuna doesn't like the Brewers. Well, you're probably what, a Cardinals fan? Or are you actually a Cubs fan? Or is that sacrilege if I say that? Yeah, okay. We've got Dark Fear. You guys got a tough matchup this evening against the Hurricanes. But of course, I have to tip my cap to you in the Battle of California that you triumphed in overtime a few days ago. Nobody I know is rooting for the Brewers. Well, it's not that they're rooting for the Brewers. They're rooting against the Dodgers. Don't say I'm a Loves fan again. Kachuk's out for about a month. Yeah. Yeah, we got a couple Ducks fans. I like seeing the Ducks fans here. Not going to lie. Actually, for my so-called rival teams, the Kings and Ducks fans that we get here, I want more of them. They've been nothing but a joy to interact with. All right, Canucks finally able to get it clear. The puck's pretty much been in their end the first 2 minutes. I know Pantera. Yeah, of course. You gotta do it. Oh, well, did you hear me play the goal song earlier? I mean, shoot, look at this. I'm rocking a Pantera shirt right here. Normally I'll wear a jersey of the home team if I have one, but I was like, no, I'm gonna rock the Pantera shirt. Got to see them in concert back in August, and I was pleasantly surprised. I didn't know that they would perform so well, given that it's a reformed lineup, and Rex and Phil haven't been on tour together in decades. Hell yeah! Hey, that's another band with the Abbott Brothers, or with Vinny. Rest in peace. I'll be at the Predators versus Canucks game. Noise. All right, let's see what the Canucks can do here. Oh, and Lindell squashes that opportunity. The Ducks, the Ducks fans got the goalie masks. That's a fun giveaway. Not to mention, I think you can actually buy one in the store. I am a super chill LA Kings fan. Easy enough to remember, and I like the What is that? The Combat Evolved Anniversary cover? Is that what you got there? Combat Evolved, still my favorite in that series. I mean, shoot, my dog's name is Cortana, so you know I like Halo. Not the same without Dime. Yeah, of course. I mean, Zach Wild played very well. Happy McTavish got signed. Me too. I don't know. There's something about him, or at least when he was drafted, I figure he might actually be the future captain of that team. Megadeth fan, but did I see they're retiring? Yeah, I did. I've never been like big into Megadeth. I haven't listened to enough of them to really understand their discography. You know, I do like some songs. I like them just fine, but there are other like thrash bands that I like more. I don't listen to a ton of thrash, but I generally like thrash a fair amount. Is Tornado of Souls the best metal solo of all time, though? It's definitely up there. Oh, here's a chance from the dot. Nice pad save, Ottinger. And, ooh, cleaning up the crease there was Lindell. Nice job, because otherwise that would have been a good second chance opportunity. And the Stars will come the other way. About 2 hours from you, small town, cool place. I was sad when Paul Correa had a short career. Yeah. It's crazy that he doesn't even remember that off the floor on the board goal. Gone Fishing likes Megadeth. Wait. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, that's right. It's been a long time since I tried playing anything from Megadeth. Master of Puppets is the best metal solo. I'd say that probably my favorite solo from Metallica is Fade to Black. It's an outro, right? And I know it's not like the most complex of solos. It's very pentatonic based, but it's still pretty damn good. Cortana, you're okay. Cortana's upset because there haven't been enough goals. Here, Cortana, come over here and get a treat. Come on, you little whiner. By the way, the Stars have a power play right now. Still an awesome solo, for sure. How metal is a Hello Kitty guitar? If it's baby metal playing with it, then it absolutely shreds. Temu's a friendly guy. Speaking of Temu, did anybody here see what was it called? Minor Leaguer. You can watch it on Tubi for free. It's mostly with him and also Brett Hull. It was fun seeing Temu in a movie. Everything else about that movie, though, was absolutely horrible. So I can't say that I recommend it. That's 80 minutes of your life you will not get back. It's Halo Combat Evolved. Nice. I like it. I remember in college, we used to play over the dorms network. I mean, this is a long time ago. So we had Ethernet ports in our room, and we would plug our Xboxes into the Ethernet ports, and then that way we could play over the dorms network. So we would do, usually eight person. What was that? Capture the flag. We typically did. Oh, nice save, Demko. 2 of them right in the crease off Robertson. John Cena's final opponent should be Seth Rollins. I'm sure we got some wrestling fans here. I'm not into wrestling, but I kind of want to see it in person one day. All right. Stars still have 45 seconds on the power play. Not a good cross-ice pass. Who was that, Bork? Canucks able to clear this one. I think low budget, terrible acting, and bad effects. There's some good stuff on there. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, there's a lot of, kind of like B-list stuff. So the Panthers got 6 playoff games for Luongo. Wait, sorry. Let me see if I can digest this. The Panthers got 6 playoff games for Roberto Luongo. You mean in his whole career there? Wow. Just 6 games. Is that when the Islanders won a playoff series for the first time since 1993? I think, yeah, because by then Luongo had been traded back from Vancouver. I didn't know Chris Pronger wanted out of Edmonton. Oh yeah, yeah, that was an ugly separation. I was actually thinking about making a video on Chris Pronger's career and how. Oh, and the Canucks score shorthanded. Philip Hedl gets on the board, and Cortana gets another treat. So the Canucks show some life here. With 13:20 still left in this period, it's Philip Hedl, who I said is a reason why the Canucks will not be a playoff team this year. Here we go. Here you go, girl. Good girl. My contract sucks, Luongo. Yeah. Don't forget Hartford Whalers legend Chris Pronger. But yeah, I kind of wanted to make a video on like why Chris Pronger was hated and like how that he kind of used that to his advantage. I think they say his wife didn't want to live in Edmonton. Yeah, that's a big piece of that. So some good goaltending from Demko, and then Vancouver's able to come the other way and make it a 1-goal game. And now, actually, the Canucks are going to get a power play. He was great for the Blues. Yeah, I mean, imagine actually having a pair like that with him and McInnes out there. That's too fun. Von Fishing says, "Happy wife, happy life." Exactly right. You gotta do what's right for the team, right? That team. That team comes first. If the Penguins beat the Kings, that would be a shocker. Well, I generally speaking, I would probably agree. I don't know though. I'm not super high on the Kings this year. I don't like how they lost Gavrikov and couldn't really, make up for that too much. We go to a commercial break, by the way. We need Jake right now. Jake Ottinger? That's right. At least for the rest of the game. Wait, did he come out and I just didn't see that? Hold up now. Did I miss something? I mean, all of you, of course, would be a good reason to miss a piece of the action. Piece of the action. Because you're a fantastic audience. All right, stars. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, DeSmith is in for Ottinger. Wait, DeSmith's been starting the whole game? How did I not pick up on that? Wow. DeSmith. Former Penguin, Casey DeSmith. We got a new member. That's Gone Fishing. Let's give Cortana a couple treats for that. I appreciate that. And Gone Fishing will be doing a live stream Saturday, members stream for Sharks and Penguins. So you can meet some of our awesome members. Thank you. Let's give Cortana a couple treats for that. Doodly-doodly-doo. All right. Good job, girl. Thank you. I appreciate the support there. Does anyone remember the Disney show that happened during the Angels home opener? I remember Angels in the Outfield. I don't like your GM. Wait, who's the new GM for the Kings? I forgot. I know that Blake's out. I mean, I have to respect that Blake was able to get the team back into the playoffs after just 3 years. But yeah, it's just that it just happened kind of like prematurely. They didn't have enough. I mean, they had a really good prospect pool. It's just that they went pretty vet heavy. Oh, that's right. It is Ken Holland. Yeah, you're right. Smith's been in the entire game. Canucks on the power play. It's Ken Holland. Cool. Thank you for confirming, folks. Another team I don't have hope for is Tampa Bay. I was thinking they were going to fall off a bunch last year. They had such a good season. I think I had them going to the final this last year. I think I had them playing the Kings. Oh, nice shot from Hughes, but a good read from DeSmith. Excuse me. Red Wings cast off Ken Holland. Yeah, the Yzer plan isn't looking quite as bad, is it? Ooh, nice one-timer there. Or not one-timer, but a one-touch pass to Besser. They nearly connected right in front of the net. That would have set up an interesting opportunity for sure. But the Canucks still have it at the point. Pettersson hands it over to Besser. He's going to slither behind the net. One-timer. Oh, Besser. Nice tie-up by Heiskanen. It was a wide-open net for Besser on the rebound. On the doorstep. 10 seconds left on this power play. Here's Hughes into the high slot. Shot, and they score! Canucks tied up. A lot of traffic in front for that. And gotta tip my cap to the Canucks. They have battled back. It's a power play goal, so they've scored shorthanded and on the man advantage. You think the Ducks and Sharks ever make the playoffs again, or meet again in the playoffs? Absolutely, I would think so. Yeah, like maybe 2 or 3 years from now, maybe could the Ducks be at the top of that division in a couple years? I mean, I think that they have the trajectory that, a team like the Kings or the Canucks, like those teams don't have that. The Flames, I don't know what to exactly make of the Flames for their future. It's going to be better. Urinating Tree. Actually, Urinating Tree is a huge reason why I got into, making sports content on YouTube. Technically, I made my first videos when I was like in college, but that was before Twisted Wrister. But yeah, I was watching Urinating Tree and 5 Points videos. And I think was I a Grossi subscriber back then? I remember like discovering Grossi when he was maybe at like 40K. But I was also watching, Post to Post, the hockey guy, and even Justin from Hands Down Hockey back in the day. And then I said, all right, I want to make some vids. But yeah, Tree's a legend, man. And Tree likes the Sharks too. So got to show some love there. I hope the dark days are behind Anaheim. Me too. Even as a Sharks fan, I'd like to see them toward the top of the division because it's been too long. Is rage baiting every fan base. I miss the legacy of failure videos. Like we need him to like update them for some teams. Like the Vikings need an updated legacy of failure. Oh my God, here come the Canucks. Oh, they score again. Wow. Could that have possibly been offside? Well, right now it's 3-2. So shorthanded, then on the power play, then 5-on-5. What happened to the Chicago Wolves redesigned their mascot? I didn't know that. That Skates is terrifying. I don't know what he looks like now. He made one for the Blues before 20. Oh, I don't even remember that one. Probably that's why. Armageddon. What's going on, Armageddon? I like the that logo that you chose for the Preds. I miss that jersey. I miss Nashville. I've only been one time, but I do like it there quite a bit. Cortana, you're okay. My gosh. Wait, Cortana didn't get her goal treats. Let's get her goal treats. All right. There you go. That's a good girl. Another score, yeah. Nashville has crappy merch. I wouldn't say that. Just that their jerseys need some more character to them. So that last goal was from somebody I've never even heard of before. That is Maverick Sasson or Sasson. I like this logo better than the current one. I'd probably prefer it. Yeah, I don't mind them using the yellow, but I don't know. It's just kind of the shading of it. It's kind of weird to me. Chicago Wolves mascot is almost as bad as Boston's Meth Bear. That sounds about right to me. That's a fair comparison. We are winning against the Habs right now. Good to see Stamkos on the score sheet, by the way. Man, I thought Nashville was going to be good last year. So Perbix, his second of the year, that was a good offseason acquisition. And yeah, Stammer had the power play goal to get things started. Seattle, by the way, with a 3-2 lead over Ottawa. Goals from Shane Wright, his first of the year, in addition to Chandler Stevenson, also his first. And actually, Stevenson has 2 goals for Seattle. I'm still waiting for Berkeley Catton to get into the lineup there, man. Spokane Chiefs represent. Jets up 4-1 on the Flyers. Devils, after allowing the first goal to the Panthers, they've rattled off 3 straight. That's the third of the year for Timo Meier, and Jack Hughes also scoring his first. We got Hashim up 2-0 and now down 3-2. Stars are a joke. Yeah, I mean, shoot. How does that happen? I mean, that in a blink of an eye, right? Have my opinions changed on the mascot for which team? For Chicago? Oh, I didn't. Wait, Chicago Wolves skates mascot. Wait, so is it a redesign one or what? I'm sorry if I'm not following. But yeah, skates has always been terrifying. For Seattle over Bowie. Yeah, I mean, Bowie's a fun mascot. He's kind of nightmarish to look at, but yeah, he's been a fun mascot. I mean, who isn't, right? Oh, and the Canucks nearly had another one there. Got to give Vancouver credit for on their power play. They were able to get in Smith's eyes, and here they come again, man. And Vancouver's attacking wraparound goal, and just Smith got a piece of that. He was way out of position. Here comes Seguin the other way. Good back check from Hughes and a save by Demko. I miss Timo time. I miss having somebody be a consistent goal scorer. But then again, we have Toffoli. How come the Panthers were able to squeak into the playoffs in 2023? Because the Penguins couldn't beat one of the worst Chicago Blackhawks teams. That's true. And then the Panthers, like, you almost forget that they were a wild card because of, just having a similar roster to what they have now. The color in 2001 for the Predators was ugly. I liked the original Predators look. I thought it was pretty good. We're down to 7:20 left in the period. Dallas still has the shots edge by quite a bit. It's 19-11. And the Stars, they're able to get it clear here. All right. We'll catch you later, Sakuna. Have a good night. Have a great night. The marigold is too much for you. I think they just need a way to break it up more in their look. I don't mind them wearing that color. It's just, it's just that there's not enough of something else to complement that. Seattle Kraken's mascot, squeaky nose, might attract any dog nearby. That's true. But then again, service dogs at least are pretty well behaved. Yeah, man, Vancouver's really hemming the Stars in their own end quite a bit. There's a shot wide of the net there from Ravitsko, right? Is that his last name? Ritzkovian, excuse me, Ravitsko. No idea. Shane Pinto is having a nice start for the Senators. He will be called upon more now that they'll be missing Brady Tkachuk. What's his line looking like? Shane Pinto. Leave him when the game's over. For Stars fans, it might even seem like the game's over. I mean, shoot, the Canucks nearly made it 4-2 just a minute. Let's see here. So we're getting later into the second period. Black and blue was your favorite Predators look. I'd say that that's probably still my favorite jersey, but I know it's kind of like a different take on of course, the coloring scheme and even the design of the jersey itself. But yeah, I like the original look, and I thought that the reverse retro 1.0, where you had the original look with the marigold base, but you had those silver shoulders. I used to have that jersey. I thought that jersey was awesome. I liked it quite a bit. Mariners just walked in a run. Boo. That's not cool. We've got X and Def. Tell it to me straight, bro. Can the Stars come back? Yes. Definitely yes. I mean, the Stars are constructed as one of the best rosters in the NHL. Granted, I don't know if this is a product of getting used to Glenn Gullickson's approaches to coaching. Here's Heiskanen. He shoots. Great block there from Pettersson. This game is over, I promise. Well, if the Stars can just keep it a 1-goal deficit heading into the third period, I like their chances just fine. Although, wait, hold on a second. I actually did predict the Canucks to win this game, albeit by a 3-1 score. So Vancouver, I think, is they're feeling the need to win more because they got humbled 5-2 by the Blues. He's going to take this behind the net. Ooh, nice check there from, is that Foxa? Islanders tied it against the Oilers. How do I feel about the firing of DeBoer? Yeah, I guess, you know, you were only going to get to a certain ceiling with him. And I can tell that, you know, the team was probably put off by how he, you know, benched Ottinger. Now with Smith as the goalie, yeah, he looks a little bit out of sorts right now. And that was a good block in front, whoever that was, Johnston or Heiskanen. The defense is problematic. Well, it has been this period. Granted, they've only let in 1 goal at 5-on-5. The penalty kill, that's one thing. You could say, I don't know, maybe they need to give DeSmith a better sight line to the puck. But the shorthanded goal was, you know, what got things started. Got Knight calling it Dallas Stars going to win. They're 3-0. There's no way they lose this. All right. I'll catch you later, Sakuna. Good night. Ruthless Sharky, what's going on? I want to forget the game against the Hurricanes. Can we just get a win, please? Yeah. That was ugly. The first period was fine. And then things just got crappy. And now Liljegren is on IR. So they actually claimed a guy from Washington. What is that? Iorio? I'm just going to call him Oreo. Why are we talking about Sesame Street characters? We were talking about metal earlier, so I don't know if we didn't even talk about Cookie Monster metal. But Ruthless Sharky, yeah, that was bad. That was bad. Okay, but the Vegas game was definitely their best performance. Oreo's easier for you. Okay, actually, on that subject, what is the best kind of Oreo? I'm not like a huge Oreo fan. There's something like that at Trader Joe's, you know, during like November through maybe January. They have the peppermint Oreos essentially. Is there anything going on in this game? I mean, the Canucks have been feeling it the last, I don't know, 7 or 8 minutes. Coke Oreos. I have never heard of Coke Oreos. We might be getting McKenna this year. I'm all in for Keaton Verhoff personally because the Sharks need a right-handed stud defenseman. Sharks and Mammoth next game. Yeah. Cookie Monster and his band, The Crunch. So Cookie Crunch. Speaking of, no, actually, Cookie Monster is not part of it. I was thinking of Grimace for some reason. Anyway, I like the regular double stuffed Oreos. I can only handle 3 or 4 at a time unless you get sick. Yeah, it's a lot of Crisco or whatever you want to call the cream filling. I'm gonna raise you on that. Muppet Babies. Muppet Babies.
Would Kermit the Frog be a Stars fan, or would he be a fan of the Wild?
Kermit would be. I don't know. Where's Jim Henson from? You know, Kermit can make it in the big city. I've seen Muppets Take Manhattan. How's everybody's day going? All good, man. All good. Not too stressful work wise. So I had time to get things set up here for this stream. Got some wonderful viewers as always, but you guys are always making this enjoyable for me. That's why I keep doing this, right? Stars are still losing right now. Yeah, I know they got to get out of the period. They got to get back to the locker room, even if they're down a goal, right? But yeah, they can't afford to give up anything else here. The Golden Knights and Sharks rival is blood feud. I was there for the playoffs when you in 2019. Oh, cool. Were you at Game 7? I was there. I didn't even want to go. My friend said, "Hey, we got to cheer on the Sharks." I'm like, "Dude, we're gonna lose this game though." And thankfully, I didn't leave when it was 3-0. Banana Ball got 2 new teams. Did you know I follow Banana Ball a little bit? I got to see them in Seattle, Bananas and the Firefighters. Yeah, you were at Game 7. Nice. Kermit would be a North Stars fan. Oh my God. Demko made a save with his mask. Like, he literally headed it with his head. That was fun. Reese's Oreos. Oh, I've never had those. I love peanut butter and chocolate. We need fight to boost and actually, that's true. I mean, like, who would be the guy to get into a fight for the Stars? I honestly don't know who that would be. Elmo's a Ducks fan. Am I able to show the game? No, I can't. YouTube will flag me for as a copyright claim, and they can actually issue a copyright strike, so that increases the chances that they could actually demonetize my channel and take it down and all that. So that's why I don't do it. I can actually show the game though during member streams. I think I've done that before because I don't try to monetize them. Oreo Reese's tasted like Nutter Butters. Yo, Nutter Butter wafers, not the standard Nutter Butters, but the Nutter Butter wafers. There was a time in my life where I would eat 3 or 4 boxes a week. I had one today for the first time in a couple months. Can Dallas still win tonight? As long as they're not down by multiple goals at the end of this period. Now, before the game started, I did predict the Canucks to win. So make of that what you will. I don't even know if I'm speaking correct English. Just say screw it and tell Andrew to go out there. Well, let's see. When's the next game for the Stars? Oh, and the Canucks actually have increased the lead. Goal by Connor Garland. It is now 4-2. So no, Dallas is not going to win this game. Watch now, they score 4 goals in the next period. But that's actually a 4-goal period for the Canucks. My goodness. Yeah, Cortana, you get treats for that. Let's take a look at this. Garland, nobody's guarding him, and he just cakewalks around. Who's that 28 for Dallas? Well, anyway, that guy got his ankles broken. OT in Toronto against the Rangers. You had your money on the Stars. No! All right. Cortana, here, treat. Here we go. Here we go, girl. Gold treats. Good girl. Here. Good girl. Leafs win in overtime. Oh, man. Rangers are kind of having a rough start, aren't they? Play the guitar? I was playing it when the Stars would score. I would do the puck off the riff. I'll do it again just for the hell of it. Let's get to intermission first. 2016. Yeah, I went to game 4 of the final, which the Sharks lost, unfortunately. Can we get Jake Ottinger in there? Yeah. I mean, shoot. It's not, you can't put that last one entirely onto Smith, but you got to make a big save. It's essentially the last minute of the period. Final 10 seconds. Stars gain the zone. A nice tie-up by Tyler Myers. And a shot through the crease. And that is the end of the second period. Vancouver absolutely storms back with 4 goals. And the Stars looked lifeless after the first 5 or so minutes there. Yikes. All right, let's see here. San Jose's Barracuda mascot gives you the chills. There we go. Frenzy's a fun mascot. Actually, I like the look of Frenzy quite a bit. I await the day when we make it to the final in the playoffs. Who knows? Well, in 16, we basically nobody. I mean, nobody thought the Sharks were even going to get out of the first round. Started off strong for the Stars. Then, for some reason, they're treating it like it's a practice match. So the first goal they let in was shorthanded, which that's got to raise some eyebrows. And then they give up the power play goal. Actually, I got to pull up all the goal scorers for Vancouver. And I know that the Stars are missing Duchesne, but you can't use that as an excuse. Frenzy's teeth. They do look quite menacing. Dang, NHL's kind of slow to load right now. Yeah, NHL.com does not want to load right now. That's lame. What about ESPN? Oh boy. And the Dodgers are now up 3-0 in the NLCS. NLCS. Boo. Boo. So yeah, the goals for the Canucks. Let's take a look here. Box score. Okay, it was Hedel getting things started shorthanded. Then Besser on the power. Actually, it wasn't shorthanded, but it was shorthanded influence. Third of the year for Hedel. Third of the year for Besser. Then somebody I've never even heard of before, Max Sasson, scores his first. And then with 1:06 left in the period, that was Connor Garland. Oh, Jake, what? Is that because you're a Cubs fan? Is that what it was? Can I play any songs? I mean, I can. I have to be kind of careful though, because again, it's like copyright infringement, right? You get like copyright claimed if you play like more than a few seconds. Kind of sucks. Dallas doesn't seem like they're gonna catch back up. Yeah, I don't think so now. I said, hey, a few minutes left in the period. They have to be trailing by just 1 goal going into the locker room. But at this point, I would not count on them coming back. But hey, you can clip this and make a video of it if they do come back and win. I went to a Griffins and Barracuda playoff game 10 years ago. Shoot, that must have been the first year for the Cuda. So Columbus has is that the end of the game against the Avalanche? Isn't that who they're that's who they were playing, right? Yeah, so the Jackets fall 4-1 to the Avalanche. Colorado's off to a really good start. Their only loss was in a shootout against Dallas. Some other scores to look at. Maple Leafs have defeated the Rangers 2-1 in overtime. Also in overtime are the Kraken and Senators. That has yet to be decided, 3-3. In the third, the Oilers and Islanders are tied at 2. Couple other final scores. Canadiens actually force overtime against the Predators and win 3-2. Devils top the Panthers 3-1. Devils now 3-1 to start the year. Panthers go to 3-3. Jets all over the Flyers 5-2. And as mentioned just a moment ago here, Avalanche with a 4-1 victory over the Blue Jackets. Nick, what's going on, man? Good evening, and congrats on the 8 goals last night. Stars are going to ruin your parlay. What else was a part of said parlay? You can't get copyrighted if you parody. Yeah, I mean, like there are musicians who write their own covers of popular songs, and they do enough to like alter them. I hate the Habs. Yep, 3-2 victory in overtime over the Predators. I remember the Worcester Sharks versus the Hershey Bears. Oh wow, yeah, I didn't really keep track of them at that time. You've got the Saginaw Spirit, Grand Rapids Griffins, Flint Firebirds, and Detroit, all within driving distance. Well, hopefully with favorable road conditions. I'm vibing right now. I have a good feeling. That's right. Like I said, Detroit's one of my wild card teams this year. Season is very young, but I trust in Todd McClellan to get that team over the hump a little bit. We got Anime Nerd showing up here with a 10 spot, eating a chicken tender sub. Looked away, and now the Stars trail 4-2. That's crazy. All right, Eric, let's get a super chat treat for Cortana. Let's give Cortana a couple treats. Here, come here, girl. Yeah. Here we go. There you go. There's one. And here's 2. Good girl. Thank you. Thank you, girl. Yuppie is the only good thing about the Habs. Yuppie's creepy. I've gone to the last 3 Blackhawks games. You might be good luck now. Sears Hawks team is the most entertaining in 8 years. So far, it looks like it. They are no slouch to start the year. Actually, for anybody who likes Pantera, I'll play less than 10 seconds of this. I don't know. I probably can't do any more than that. If anybody recognizes that. I did say we weren't going to be a pushover. Yes, you did. That's exactly, you are correct. I say the Flyers missed the playoffs. My prediction was Philly would actually finish 6th in their division. I don't think too much of the bottom 2 teams, and the Islanders being one of them. Hawks national anthem is amazing. Oh yeah, one day I actually got to see that in person. Predator. Oh, and your parlay to Preds to cover the spread. Leafs money line, Jets money line start. Wow, that's a big parlay, or at least I don't bet myself, but that's pretty packed. I watched the Hawks games so far this season. They look good. Yeah, I mean, it's been long overdue for Chicago and Detroit for that matter, and Anaheim. Where's my pick? I lost my pick. That's not good. Now I have to find a blue guitar pick on a purple carpet. That's not easy. Top 3 teams I like are the Blackhawks. Oh, I didn't know the Hawks were your favorite. And the former Coyotes. Slow start for the Flames. Yeah. I had a feeling that last year was kind of, I hate saying this, but kind of fluky. Much love to Dustin Wolf, though. Gilroy, California is a hood classic. It is a classic in hockey. Oh, there's my pick. I love cats and the Maple Leafs. Well, if you love cats, let's see if we can get one of my cats to come in. Mrs. Kitty. Mrs. Kitty. I don't know. Maybe one of my cats will come in. Yeah. Thank you, guys. I do appreciate you hanging out with me here this evening. Hopefully we can do another one at some point. Oh, wait. there she is. That's funny. I was hoping that she would come herself, but my lady actually just carried her in here. There, Mrs. Kitty, you got to make an appearance. There she is. Arr. Hey, what's up, kiddo? Oh, you want to say hello? You want to say hi? See, you like to annoy me when I'm trying to work, so now I get to annoy you. Good girl. I love Pavel Datsyuk. Hell yeah. I still have my Datsyuk jersey. Yeah, she didn't want to hang around. It's funny because, yeah, she wants to just sit on my lap all day when I'm trying to work. You wish you weren't allergic to cats? Yeah, I haven't really been a cat person so much, but the ones that we have here, they're funny. They're funny. I've come around a little bit. She looks like Rocco. Is Rocco part Maine Coon? Preds lost in overtime. Yeah, that's a bummer. That is a bummer. You sure don't want to come over here, kiddo? All right. What is your so now that it's 4-2 Canucks, right? How would you predict the end of this game? Is it going to be Dallas coming back? Are they going to force overtime? Are they going to even get on the board? Is Vancouver just going to keep its foot on the gas? Here you go, kiddo. Yep. Okay. I mean, Dallas, it was a night and day difference from the first period. You feel sad for the Preds. It was kind of weird though, because like Nashville got back in the playoffs. Was that 2 years ago? It was a really quick turnaround for them because I thought they were headed for like a decent teardown. And I want to show faith in Barry Trotz, at least as a coach. He's one of my favorite coaches of all time, probably in my top 5, if not top 3. If the Canucks don't keep their foot on the gas, Dallas wins. I mean, they have the talent to get it done, right? But I guess if the Canucks can just continue skating the way that they did, I think they'll be fine. I did say they were going to win this game. We got Philip. Hey, what's up? Good evening to you. Tough call, to be honest. We have seen a strong resistance from the Canucks and a shocking loss of momentum from the Stars. If they're going to make a comeback, they need some aggression. That's right. Yeah, it all starts with the puck battles, right? As I use a hockey cliche. Hope the Buffalo Sabres game the Sabres game last night. Hope they can continue outscoring their problems at the very least, right? Because I mean, shoot, they were really starved of goals. Excuse me. What's up, Cortana? What is it, girl? If the Oregon Ducks can bounce back from their loss against Indiana, the next time they play football, they should be able to win. That was quite surprising. I don't follow college that much, but I didn't even know that like Indiana could win against an opponent like that. I don't think about football when I think about Indiana. I think about basketball. I bet Rangers fans aren't happy with Chris Drury. No, not at all. Actually, let's give a shout out to our friend Evan at Rangers Central. If you're not subscribed to Evan, Evan's awesome. He has a good command of the rest of the NHL. I'd say better than me. And on top of that, he is a very brutally honest Rangers fan. Friend of the channel. Been following him for probably about 5 years. So yeah, Rangers Central. I do recommend them. And also Nick here from Windy City Hockey. I think Nick's probably the longest standing Blackhawks content creator on YouTube. Right up there. Should they risk swapping Smith like Casey DeSmith? The game isn't out of reach, and sometimes pulling your goaltender can be a wake-up call. So definitely something to consider, I would think. Foligno had to take a leave of absence. Yeah, I didn't hear what happened. I just saw a couple of people posting prayers for Foligno. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's exactly what he has to do. And, take all the time you need, I'm a Sharks fan. I'm not happy with Chris Drury. Rangers need to get a mascot. So do the Red Wings. They need to resurrect Al the Octopus. I mean, shoot, they could be hosting playoff games this year. Here, I used to absolutely despise the Red Wings back in the day when they were in the Western Conference, but I miss Detroit in the West. Who thought Kreider would round back to form with the Ducks? Hey, sometimes taking a reduced role can help you out, right? So, yeah, he's succeeding quite a bit early on. How's Granlund doing, by the way? Speaking of veterans now on the Ducks, Granlund has 3 assists in 3 games. I miss Granlund. He was really good. Actually, Granlund played pretty well for Dallas in his brief time there. But I don't think the Stars could probably match what the Ducks were willing to shell out for him. Hi, Cortana. You're a good girl. But I only have like a couple treats left, girl. So you gotta be patient here. You're okay. You're okay, boo-boo. Remember the Winter Classic in Dallas. That's right. Kind of hard to remember I don't want to say it's hard to remember that game specifically. Everybody remembers Corey Perry, but there was the it was right before COVID. So it kind of got lost in the shuffle there. And Dallas went to the Stanley Cup that year too, right? Habs are on fire. They won again. Yeah, I need to actually sit down and just watch them regardless of who they're playing. I got to see Demidov. Pretty scary when you add him and Dobson to the roster. I'll be in Washington, D.C. tomorrow when you play the Capitals. Oh, cool. Well, good luck to you. Hopefully you guys can, manufacture something at even strength. I hear your power play's been on fire recently with Kaprizov, 3 goals and 4 assists. That's bonkers. Granlund was a great addition. Yeah, he was a great Shark. I would have loved to have him back. I'm kind of surprised the Sharks didn't top what the Ducks were offering, or maybe Granlund just wanted a team that was more competitive. That's fair. Demidov is terrifying. What's the line looking on Demidov? 1 goal and 2 assists so far, heading into tonight. All right, so third period is underway. We'll see. We'll of course take a look and see if the Stars have some jump in their game. There we go. You want to own your own hockey league? That'd be sweet. Or just own a team and have a suite for the whole year. All right, Pettersson. Nice job to shield that puck away from Robert Henson. Now, oh boy, Canucks that was almost an egregious turnover. They've got it back though. Cheyenne welcomes us. Good luck to the Stars. Hopefully they show some more fight here in this period. And now they'll slow things down here. Johnston just helping regroup things here. And they're going to flutter it into the zone. That's going to be icing, isn't it? No, that's waved off. Good for the Sens, a win in overtime. Oh, they beat Seattle? That is a quality victory with how Seattle has started off. Not to mention doing that without Kachuk, that's good. And a shot and an easy pad save there. DeSmith is still in, by the way. Top line's going to change off for Dallas. Canucks rim it around the net. And they're going to have to hustle back here as first one to the puck. Ooh, big hit there behind the boards. Colin Blackwell. He's okay, but kind of a dangerous situation for him there. He's all right, though. Play goes on for him. Can't believe that the Canucks scored 4. Yeah, it's like, hey, they gave up a shorty. It's like, okay, that's just like a hiccup, right? And then the power play or the penalty kill can't hold up. And then, yeah, then just the energy was sucked out of them. When we played Vegas last year, do I think they played well? I didn't really watch that series, honestly. I don't want to, give you the wrong impression. What was that pass from Robertson? What is he doing there? And we're going to get a whistle. So they're saying that the Stars are going to get a power play, actually. You hate the Padres? I feel bad for Padres fans, man. San Diego sports fans have it rough. So, yeah, it's going to be a tripping to... Can't see who that is. Canucks are moving kind of different this year. I mean, if they can look like this more regularly, I'll trust Adam Foote. I mean, I like having somebody like him behind the bench. That's the kind of, former player that you want, I think. Somebody who's had a lot of success in their career and play the game hard. Fluffy might not be happy today. No, I wouldn't say so. Almir the Great says Stars don't have a chance. Well, a power play is going to at least give them a chance of drawing within one, but not if you ice the puck. And that's exactly what they did just then. Cortana, you're okay. Jeez, my dog is being such a whiner. We live for this. Well, they've won the faceoff in their own zone. And Heiskanen, and the puck gets away from him. He's able to catch up to it. And not a great pass, but floats it back to Rantanen. And take it behind the net. Gets around the defender. To the circle where Hintz is. Back to Mikko. Backhander. And an easy save for Demko, but Mikko picks it back up. Around to Robertson. Now back to the point. At the circle. Down low. Jeez, I think Demko got a piece of a shot that went through Rantanen's legs. He I don't know. I don't know how he got that away. When was the last time I was at the tank? About 2 years ago. That's the only game I've been to in the last 5 years. Or 6 years almost. All right, Harley's got it. Down to 45 in the power play. Steele working it down low and a shot. And I don't know if Demko got a piece of it. Canucks are able to get the clear, though. Steele. And good job by Hronik standing him up at the blue line. I've really liked Sam Steele as a Star. Now Bork at the top of the circle. Harley works it into Steele. Nice block from, was that Hronik again? And the Canucks penalty kill looking pretty strong here. And they'll successfully kill off this penalty. We are now back at even strength. A dump in by the Stars. Bork over to Fox, a pad save from Demko. turned over high in the zone. Now Dallas bringing it out from behind the net. Good defensive support there from a Pettersson. There are three of them on Vancouver. Pro Bowl being October, we got to throw it over to Typo Negative's October Rust. Always a favorite to listen to this time of year. But I mean, you're looking at one of my favorite albums of all time, Vulgar Display of Power from Pantera. I would throw in a Lamb of God album as among my favorites. I don't know which Lamb of God album though, because they're all like equally as good as the next one. I am a fan of 80s Metallica, so whether that's Master of Puppets or Ride the Lightning, either one. If we're talking Slayer, I'd probably say Seasons in the Abyss is my favorite. I give it the edge over Rain and Blood. Islanders scored. So do the Islanders have a lead over the Oilers right now? Todd, what's going on? Great hockey set all over the map, but organized. Oh, I appreciate that. Dirt by Alice in Chains. Yeah, well, some people might say they're a grunge band, but yeah, Dirt's an absolute 10 out of 10 banger. Jar of Flies is the best EP ever released. All right, Canucks. Oh, and almost going 5-hole there was who was that on Vancouver? There are some guys I'm not as familiar with, but Assassin, who has one of the goals, the assassin, if you will, trying to go 5-hole on DeSmith, but not successful there. 14-14 left. From the Penguins win. Well, now you got Carolina. That's going to be a different test, man. But they don't have Jacob Slavin, so your chances get a little bit better. A shot, nice block in front there by Ritzkovian, yeah, 49 in green. Do I like the Canes' new away jersey? Not really, but I don't hate it. At first, when I saw it, I was like, "Ee, what's this?" But it's not bad. I mean, like the logo treatment's kind of cool. I just wish that they would have a similar look between home and away. Dallas getting spanked. That's right, Trevor. They look a little bit better here than they did for the last 12 or 13 minutes in the period. But yeah, downward spiral by 9 Inch Nails. Yeah, you know what? Can't say I ever really gave him a fair chance. Oh, shot and ooh, nice rocket there from Robertson, but he missed the net. I mean, if we're gonna go with like industrial stuff, I mean, the only band that I really I don't know, because like Typo had some sort of industrial to their sound, but I'd probably say Fear Factory if we're gonna go with like the more industrial sounding stuff. Does San Jose get another point tomorrow in Utah? I hope so. Then they got to go back home and play Pittsburgh. They're not going to drop both of those games in regulation. I can guarantee that. Cutter Gauthier. Yeah. He's not getting talked up enough. I mean, shoot, for his own team, he might be underrated on his own team. For a store that sells jersey for under $100, Sports K, Trayvon. Sports K is a good business to support. It's a local shop in Michigan. They ship to you for only $2 domestically. Bauhaus. Never really got into them. I am familiar with them. I'm more of like a Sisters of Mercy kind of guy, personally. Again, another really good band to listen to this time of year. Sports K, yeah, sportsk.com. Not every like there are some jerseys that are like basically at about $100. They're all licensed, they're legitimate. And yeah, it's a small mom and pop shop that I've bought a lot of my jerseys from over the years. So I'm a big fan. So yeah, Dallas offensively, they're coming alive a little bit here. Jersey Ninja is a good option for oddball jerseys. Yeah, because they're not going to be selling like NHL ones, right? The duck beak masks. Yeah, yeah, that's pretty dope. Not to mention, I think they have them for sale in their store now too. So if you couldn't go to the game, you can still get one, not have to pay like 50 plus bucks for it on eBay. I'm sure there are people still selling those though. All right, shot from Harley, looking for the tip play in front. So some of the top talent out there for Dallas right now. Canucks are able to get the clear. We're down to 13 minutes left in the period. Stars are going to take a penalty. That would be their second of the game, I want to say. They have licensed jerseys that are NHL crossover. Oh, that's right. That's right. So Thomas Harley's going to the box. And that could take a little momentum out of the sales as the Stars looked much better past few minutes. But that's going to be a hooking on, he was hooking Evander Kane. Lindell's going to flip this around the net and clear it all the way down. All right, here come the Canucks. They gain the zone, funneled behind the net where the captain is, Hughes. Nice little spin move. That was nifty. Hughes trying to backhand it. Pettersson scoops it up like Petey. That's that Pettersson. One timer. Ooh, just Smith. Yeah, that was a nice stretch of the pad there. Otherwise, it's 5-2. But play goes on in the Dallas zone. Petey cross ice. Ooh, floated that over the stick of Foxa. That was nifty. But the Canucks have gotten a lot of zone time here. Here's Hughes. Pettersson down low. Oh, man. He had Besser right there on the doorstep, unless that might be Garland. It's a short guy, so probably Garland. Garland. Oh, he had Besser on the back door, nearly connected. Really good puck movement here from Vancouver, and the Stars have to be gassed right now. Hughes shoots. Traffic in front and stopped by the pad of DeSmith. Still in the zone, though. Shot and off the stick of Blackwell. And Dallas able to clear and come out unscathed. Do I like what Dostal's been doing? I mean, I haven't. Wait, was Dostal the goaltender? No, it was Mrazek when they played the Sharks. Yeah, I mean, I liked how Dostal's been progressing the past couple of years. And now we're back to full strength Hronik. And cross ice feed. Still really good puck movement here from Vancouver. 4-2 Islanders over the Oilers. That's impressive. And Sam Steele getting the clear. He's going to just go for a line change here. Bork out in front. Oh my goodness. That was a great heads up play. I don't know how Demko was able to stop that. Otherwise, that could have easily been 4-3. Robertson's got it again. He goes cross ice and disrupted by the defense. I wish Black Jaguars were legal pets. You could become a I don't know, like a drug lord or something. New Jersey had a bad first period, but they went on a tear. Yeah, that's true. That's a quality victory. Stars aren't doing so hot right now. How are the Hawks? I think they play the Canucks tomorrow night. Actually, were they in action tonight? I didn't think so. Bengals are beating the Steelers. Wow, that's impressive. I mean, there's been a lot of parity early on in this NFL season. Like the Giants beating the Eagles. I think probably the team though that's like the most steady, like going into the year and the way they're playing right now is probably Tampa Bay. Like Mayfield would probably be the MVP at this point. We're now down to 9:15 in regulation. Riddick's having a good game for the Islanders. Panthers are back to Stanley Cup champs, and they were back-to-back champs, and now they're trash. I think it's a little too early. I mean, it's not easy when you have your two best players out. An Eagles and Cardinals fan. All right, well, I'll see you after our teams clash on Sunday, because Skull Squad right here, man. Go to a commercial break. Still 4-2. Tampa Bay, yeah, let's big. Is that the hashtag they're using? That's funny. Big save, Dave. Guys, it's still kind of weird to me that Horvat's on the Canucks, or excuse me, on the Islanders. What's the score for that game? The Thursday night football game. So right now it's 17-10 Bengals. Wow, that game's going to get over pretty late. But yeah, plenty of time left for Rodgers and the Steelers. That sounds weird. Skeptical about the Eagles. I don't know. I mean, like, we were just a few games into last year, we were all saying Sirianni's going to get fired, and then we saw that absolute juggernaut run that they went on. Tommy boy, what's happening? Just finished Oilers and Islanders. Sounds like the Islanders came away victorious. They had a rough start to the beginning of the season last year. Exactly. You want a Tusky plushie? Yeah. What does everybody think of Tusky? Oh, I'm looking at that play earlier when Bork had set up Hintz from behind the net. Hintz just didn't get a good shot on it. That wasn't saved by Demko. He's not Sniffleupagus. Great mascot, not crazy about the name. Yeah, I mean, it's not very imaginative. I mean, the name is not imaginative. Kind of bummed out about the whole Stars getting stomped on right now. Hopefully, it's a good lesson, right? Like you want the hard lessons like this early in the season. Hughes, oh, nice save by DeSmith, but a great play to create some open space to shoot by the captain. What is the Caldera Cup? Mammoth fans are insane. I know we have one Mammoth fan hopping into our streams. I think we just have one so far. The eyes are very animated. Yeah, I mean, I think the head, that design, I think it looks pretty good. I wish that it's a mammoth. It needs some bulk to it, though. It doesn't have to be chunky, which, let's call a spade a spade. Mascots are better when they got a little heft on them, but he should at least be like buffer. Like Tusky is like Bruce Bochy. It's all head. An after party stream. I need to do an after party stream at some point. I mean, I'm not to say that I want to shut people out, but I mean, like, I'm usually really gassed at the end of my streams because on average they're like 3 hours. So if anything, I would maybe just like have a beer with my members or something like that. I don't know. An old Coyotes fan. That's true. You said that earlier. Well, if I could revive an old team, I would choose hands down. And I mean, with all the love to the Whalers, I would choose the Nordiques without question. I mean, those games against the Canadiens back in the 80s were like it was a blood feud. All right, we're down to 740. Top line out there for the Stars, Robertson, and it's a lot of white jerseys behind the net there, and the Canucks are able to kind of swallow up some time here in the neutral zone. Tusky as a mascot is fitting to round out the entire Utah look. Jerseys are beautiful. Delta Center renovations look great. Well, I haven't really seen what that looks like yet, but I'm going to watch their next game because my Sharks play them. Delta Center. When I hear the Delta Center, I think of two things come to mind, but it's really one thing: Stockton and Malone, pick and roll, baby, and some 3-point shooting from Jeff Hornacek. And we lose. We're gonna lose graciously and get closer to drafting Keaton Verhoff. The old Adams division, yeah. Wait, the Whalers were in that division for a while too, right? It was like Montreal. I can't remember if Boston was still. Was it Montreal, Boston, Toronto, and Hartford? I'm probably wrong because I wasn't alive for much of that. But yeah, I miss the old. I wish that we had names like that for the divisions. Like, it'd be cool if we had updated names. So we would have the How, right? Or we could even just call it the Gordy. Bring back the Southeast. At some point, that's probably going to come back. I could see it in 7 or 8 years when we have 36 teams because it looks like we are. We should break it down: 6 teams, 6 divisions. If I could revive any classic team, it'd probably be the Coyotes. Ooh, big hit behind the net. We are now down to 6 minutes. Canucks do not look phased at all out there. They look like they know how to close out a game, unlike a team I follow. All right, shot in and swallowed up and gloved by DeSmith. It was okay. You're gonna look it up. Boston, Hartford, Montreal. Yeah, I thought that they were all in the same division at one point. I'm pretty sure Toronto was not in that division. I don't know who the other team would have been though, or at one time there might have only been 4 teams there. Phoenix needs an AHL team. I mean, Tucson's kind of far from Phoenix. That's where the Roadrunners play. Yeah, it'd be nice. It'd be nice if there was like another team that Arizona State hockey is a thing, men's and women's hockey. Kings and Penguins just got started. Warren Fogle got the first goal for the Kings. I'd like so I live near Spokane, Washington. The city itself has over 200,000 people, and then the surrounding area. I mean, if you count like where I am over the border, that's got I think 850,000 or something like that. I don't know. Well, anyway, we have the Chiefs for WHL, and we used to have an arena football team. I mean, I think that where I live right now could definitely support like an AHL team or an ECHL. I would love that. Move the Roadrunners to Phoenix. Well, I mean, Tucson's a big place. They've been there for a long time. I would not want them to move. But that happens in sports, right? Unfortunately. All right. So what? It was under 6 minutes left to play. Cortana, you're okay. You're none of the cats are gonna take your stick. The thing about Arizona is we have oh, wait, you so wait, do you live in, Arizona? You have fans down there, just the management was shy. Yeah, yeah. It really, uh, it really looked like that at the end especially, right? Alright, Harley, and in the neutral zone, and here comes Hintz. The Canucks were or the, Stars were completely dominating the shot clock for a lot of this game. It's just 27-25 now for Dallas. Ah, gotcha, Trayvon. Buffalo 2 through the 80s. Oh, they were part of that division, yeah. Lots of changes, though, through the 70s with expansions, settled down for good rivalries. And that was actually when Scotty Bowman was the head coach of the Sabres. Some people might not remember that he coached there. And I mean, he started out as the what was it, the Blues head coach when they first came into the league. Ah, gotcha. In the next few years, you're going to move to Massachusetts. That's probably a pretty big change. I grew up on the Central California coast, so it's like moving to the South for me would just I would not be able to do it because like I cannot do heat at all whatsoever. Not to mention, I mean, in Dallas they've got some crazy, you can have like ice storms and tornadoes and stuff like that. All right, under 5 to go. Demko able to see through that screen and cover it up. Hi, Cortana. Here, you know what? I'm not exactly optimistic that the Stars are going to win this game now. We're tied up. So I'm going to give Cortana a treat here. There we go. Here's a treat for Cortana. Good girl. Good job. It's humid as hell out there. I know, like, I lived for just a few months in Chicago during the summer, and I thought that was unbearable because I never really, lived in any sort of a humid climate. The heat's not bad if you get used to it. Ooh. The odd, yeah, and Hockey Night in Canada. I'm just trying to think of like who would have been on those Sabres teams. Probably Phil Housley, right? Back in the 80s? Or maybe he was more 90s. Can't remember. Perot was still there, though. After this, I am getting some food. I am hungry. I made some sweet and sour chicken. I didn't fry it, though. It's just slow cooker. All right, down to 442. Face off in the Canucks zone. Haskinen's got it. Shot and looked like off a skate in front. Haskinen's got it again, though. One timer from Harley and a nice sliding block there. What was that? Who did that? Pettersson? I like Pettersson selling out. That's great. That's great. Do I have a local Chuck E. Cheese? There might be one in Spokane or Spokane Valley, but I don't know. We like here where I live, we don't get that many chains except for like the like the McDonald's and Burger Kings and I don't know what else we get out here. Like we have a Sonic, we have a Popeyes, KFC, Taco Bell, just the main ones, right? We need an In-N-Out burger though. I think Boise has one. Steele spinning off the goal line, a shot Harley off the glass and Karam's back to Steele. Nice defensive play there. Who was that? Was that Hughes? That was a good job. Dollar General. I don't even think we have that for that matter. So yeah, Tom Barrasso, yeah. Tony McKegney and Rick Vive. This ass whooping is completely deserved. I mean, I like that they've shown some desperation here in this period, but too little, too late. In Vancouver, man, I mean, they just look like like I mentioned this earlier, they look like they know how to close out a game. Did I get Tim Hortons cards? No, actually, I didn't. I didn't really follow the NHL until like the post lockout era was really when I got into it. I grew up collecting sports cards, but that was mostly like basketball and football. As a SoCal citizen, I can safely say I've been to Disneyland more than one time. Growing up, I used to go a lot too. Of course, it was quite a drive for my family and me, but I used to look forward to that just about every summer as a kid. Robertson and a good tie up by Hronek. Hronek's had a nice game defensively. Robertson's got it again, and Hronek just hassling him. A shot. Oh, and a tip play went off of somebody for Dallas in front, but just a bit wide of the net. Don't have a Dollar General. Yeah, I don't think so. We have Dollar General? I don't know. I don't know. Now, DeBrusk's going to eat some clock here. A shot from the point that goes a little bit wide. Canucks can change up, and we're at under 3 to play. Yeah, it's true, Blitz Kitty. Very true. Lindell's going to hold on to it as reinforcements come up for the boards here. And now Rantanen, one of the 2 goals for Dallas tonight, and he tries to go 1-on-3. And he takes a spill from Myers, but that's going to be an interference call. Stars are going to go on the power play. Yeah, you can't quite do that. Yeah. Boy. Demko got a piece of this one where it was. He had Sagan right in his face, but that puck almost ended up in the back of the net. So Dallas power play coming up here with Myers in the box. Jake says, how much is a ticket to Disneyland? Shoot, I think that it depends on the time of year and like day of the week, but I think for an adult, it's like at least $150 a day. You're okay, girl. All right. Well, thanks for hanging out with us. Have a good night, and we'll see you for another one. Catch you in the next one. All right, here Robertson, and flutters it out to the point and plays catch. And now he shoots in through the crease, and it caroms all the way past Rantanen and out of the zone. Robertson coming again, and he gets checked. Sagan picks it up. And they score. Nice feed on the back door to Johnston. It is now 4-3, and I see if I can squeeze in a little Pantera. Come get a treat, girl. There we go. I guess I got to play the theme. All right. Well, when Dallas scores a goal, we got to drop a little Pantera. Go. So 4-3 on the power play goal from Johnston. Let me update my score sheet here. And the crowd has gotten loud at American Airlines Arena. And the Canucks are able to get it clear here. I'm a Slayer. I'm not a Shredder. I'll take a Slayer, though. Do the riff for walk. Now watch I get a copyright claim. No, I think I can get away with that. So down to 142 now. Anyway, there's going to be a timeout by the Stars. 31-25, they lead in the shots. Do the SpongeBob outro. Did Pantera actually play something that was used for SpongeBob SquarePants? I don't remember. I can't recall. Yeah, SpongeBob really came into its own like right at the end of Pantera's time. Anyway, the things you think of during timeouts. That's why I love hockey, though, because you only get one timeout per game, and the Canucks are able to send this all the way down. DeSmith is going to leave the net. And now Robertson ramps it up and off the glass behind the net. Big check there from Myers. So there's a big scrum there behind the net. Stars are able to get the possession. Heiskanen able to fake out a shot and into the trapper of Demko with a $1:15 left. The net is now emptied. They did. Jake said, "Oh, so Pantera did actually write something for SpongeBob." Okay. I just remember like I found the track for that when I was Hibernation. Yeah, that's right. I remember I put together like my first Pantera mix CD when I was in high school, and I had that on there as like the opening track. And then I think it had Cowboys from Hell after that. Canucks, they were trying to clear there, and Pettersson able to slap it down, and it goes just past the empty net, but no icing. And and Heiskanen takes a penalty. He brings down Kane right in front of the net when Kane would have had a tap in. And with 1 minute left, Heiskanen is not happy about that, but really that should seal the deal for the Canucks to come out with the victory. But we'll see. 1 minute and 2 seconds left. They would have a chance for a tie. The NHL is hard to score because of the goalie. It's kind of different on a 7-string. So, minute 2 left. And we'll see if the Stars are able to win this faceoff, because if they can, then they can pull DeSmith again, and it can be 5-on-5 with an empty net. Johnston loses the faceoff, though, but it comes out of the zone. Hronek able to hang on to it, and now the Canucks are just playing keep away. And we're down to 50 seconds. Stars don't have DeSmith out of the net just yet. They got to force a turnover here. But Garland's going to take it behind his net. They're going to send it down the ice and into the empty net, and the Canucks score to put the icing on the cake, the nail in the coffin. What kind of amp? It's an old Line 6 Spider 3. So it's, solid state. And again, Dimebag Daryl, he would play with a solid state. I'm actually going to mark this as the final. I'm sure if it does, it's going to be probably another empty netter for Vancouver. But yeah, I'm going to call this one at 5-3 now. So I had a Yamaha. Man, I have no idea what Yamaha models are. Down to 30 seconds. Stars are going to lift it out of their zone. It ends up back on the stick of Myers. Now we're within the final 15 seconds. Myers is going to pass it over to... Who is that for Vancouver? It's not Hedel, is it? And the Canucks start off a 5-game road trip with a victory in Dallas. That is not easy. And as of now, the lone undefeated team that hasn't lost in any way, shape, or form is this team right here, the Carolina Hurricanes. Dallas goes down and they fall to 3-1. Still a nice start to the season, but for the Canucks, a really good bounce back after falling to the St. Louis Blues at home. So 5-3, the final score here. I understand some people are going to go, but before you do, please do leave a thumbs up. I really would appreciate that quite a bit. Thanks for hanging out with us, and stay tuned. We're probably going to do another one of these pretty soon. So thanks so much for hanging out with us this evening, everybody. It's been a pleasure chatting with all of you, and we'll do another one pretty soon. Actually, let's give it up for Cortana. She didn't get a gold treat for that last one. Here, Cortana. There you go, girl. Good girl. All right. Thanks again, guys. Thanks for the super chats and digital amp and 6 presets. Yeah, I got what, four like channels, and then you can program them with 10 programmable per channel there. Have a good night, everybody. We'll do this again pretty soon. Oh, wait, whoops. I don't want to leave studio. I want to end stream first. End stream.